So Reese, what do you think? Yeah, like what is more painful? Like long term,
Long
yeah,
term, long
long
term.
term. What is more painful to you? Yeah, like staying in your comfort zone, yeah, or going through that process of healing.
Staying in the comfort zone is always going to be the most painful thing.
Talk to us
It's
because we live in a world of like once again, right? We've
comfort.
got people who they're just in their comfort zone. You get me? They're scared to go into the other side because they feel like it's got. You got to say, look
I
at
do.
even look at your
I
reaction
can't
because
even. It's
you get where I'm coming from because you
yeah.
got people like who, for whatever reason, they think like once again like going on that journey is gonna be even more painful than staying in your comfort zone in the long
Wow,
run. Do you get what I'm
wow.
saying?
I do.
So yeah, like overall, like yeah, taking it back. What do you think is more painful in general? Staying in your comfort zone for the rest of your life, not progressing, not doing whatever, and you're just stuck in you're just in your comfort zone, or going on that self healing journey, self discovery journey, whatever people wanna
Yes.
call it. You get me?
Yeah, yeah,
Talk
yeah,
to us,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Yeah, talk to us.
Mm. I like because because I do a lot of things,
Mm,
and school was I was not encouraged in school,
mm,
so innately I could have been an individual who just was very comfortable with working in Tesco's, and not to say there's anything wrong with working in Tesco's, but is that the end of your vision
mm,
essentially? And so I uh, could have easily slipped into that. However,
mhm,
um, the comfort zone is a really powerful and humbling space to break out of,
mm,
because when you break out of your comfort zone, then your gifts are shining.
mm,
Then you are showing the world who you are when you're out of your comfort zone. And it is quite hard to experience negativity when you're outside of your comfort zone. And let me put it in a very specific way so you understand what I mean by negativity. Um, in humans are inherently we're inherently empathetic, whether you like it or not, whether you agree with it or not.
mm.
If you see like a little kid who just fell down on the street, yeah, your heart will do something. It will, like, if they fall down and you see the moment that their knee hit the ground and you saw the blood come out,
Mm,
yeah, you're just everything inside you will either reach to help them or something compassionate will happen. Yes.
mhm,
So inherently, when we see someone out of their comfort zone, the
mm,
same kind of thing happens. So when I say it's hard to experience negativity, if you are the one outside your comfort zone,
mm.
though you think that your insecurities are true, most people don't see it like that. Most people see you as like a, wow, this person just is vulnerable right now, but in an admirable way. I admire them for showing them us, because I feel inspired by the way they are themselves right now. You don't need to be. Your vulnerability is your professional certificate when it comes to this place.
Give me a very powerful. I hear. Wait, yeah, that's very, very powerful. Continue, bro. Just proper taking in everything you're saying, bro.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's like when we see someone really show us how they feel, and they
Mm-hmm.
say they show their music and it's got a message to it, and it's like that person could have never performed anything before.
Mm.
It's their first time doing anything, but because they came with their authentic self, again,
Yes.
your vulnerability is your professional certificate out here. The world feels humans. We're emotive beings.
Mm.
Yeah, so be brave, take responsibility, take agency over your life so that you can put your life in a direction of the things you actually want,
Mm.
and not just someone who, because a lady must have said this to the other day, one of my clients. She asked me like, do I want this thing, or is it my mind wanting it because of ga 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 ga? So she's caught between two things.
Yeah, she sounds like it.
I said this question, with all due respect,
Yeah.
is irrelevant to me, but to you mostly. Most importantly, to you who are saying it, it's most irrelevant. The most relevant piece is not what you want. The most relevant piece is, what am I going to choose to do?
Please tell the people once again, yeah, how old you are.
For me,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm a Leo, so in a month from now or so, I'll be about 20. I'll be 25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah,
Literally,
thank
like,
God.
me saying that because like some adults, yeah, or even some people in general, innit? Like this society that we're living in general, yeah, like would think, raw, like you're only 24, 25, you know, like you're still young, you know, you've got your whole life ahead of you, all of these things, like kind of sounding like as if you haven't even really experienced any life-changing experiences yet, because you know, like I said, because you're 24, you're only young, you've got your whole life ahead of you. Like in terms of like talking about this word, like rebuilding yourself and that, yeah, have you had to like rebuild yourself, like, you know, have you had to rebuild yourself, and if so, like how was you before you started rebuilding yourself, you get me? Because once again, 24 going on to 25, a lot of people would think, come on man, like you're still very young. You get me? So yeah, man, this word of rebuilding yourself, and
that word.
if you've had to rebuild yourself, like who was Rees before going on this journey of rebuilding yourself / rediscovering who you really are, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us.
Yeah, like you highlighted my age. I'm 24 at the moment, and since I was 16, I've been on a personal development journey.
16, since 16.
16, yeah. It's a long story, so I don't need to explain like every moment of it. But what I will say is I've reinvented myself many times. I've rebuilt myself innumerable amounts of times, and gone through very hard experiences in this process of doing this.
Yes.
But it's always been fruitful, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, because it's who you see today is because of all of this rebuilding and building, brick upon brick upon brick. You know, and the structure is to this day is strong. You know,
the foundation is very strong. Yeah,
yes.
My brother. Yeah. And you're still rebuilding it. You're still, you know, like
this day.
Yeah, you're still doing the
I've
work.
still got places to go.
Yeah.
I'm not a, you know, they say a jack of all trades, but a master of none.
Yeah.
But the full phrase, which I am a jack of all trades, one thing. The percentage is like, I'm a jack of all trades, and the phrase is a jack of all trades, a master of none, but
a master of fuck all, like what people say. Excuse my French.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
But the full phrase a lot of people don't know is a jack of all trades, a master of
one.
One is always better than being a master of none.
Real talk.
So being a jack of all trades is actually a really important thing.
Yeah.
And in the world we live in, it's important to spread yourself, to like cast a net, like a fisherman casts a net wide. So you have lots of options in your life, you know, because essentially everybody's got it's like God's generous. If you see it as God or not, God is very generous. Yeah, God has like enough for everybody. But it's like, are you there at the right time with yourself in position for God to give it to you?
Yeah.
Are you there at the right time? Have you been available for it? Because you have to be available for your thing to come to you.
For all of the blessings, you know, like in certain religions, people say like you need to be somehow, your heart or your spirit need to be open in terms of like whatever gift that God's got for you. Otherwise, if your arms are closed or whatever, however people put it, it's like you can't really receive what's really meant to be for you. If I'm making any sense, right?
Hearing it. I'm hearing it.
Yeah, bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is it. If you want to, you know, if you really want what you think you want, then start choosing. the actions, there'll be actions that you need to take. But that's the choice. And once you start making those choices, things will just they'll just orchestrate for themselves for you. And that's good. You don't need to control that bit.
Been on like this journey, have you had any opportunities, have you spoken to people, have you spent some time doing any research in terms of like the meaning of like death and even after, like life after death, if you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and
yeah.
where are you with it, like at the moment? What are you with it, like life after death? Let's talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love this question, Shafi.
yeah, I appreciate it, bro. What are your thoughts, man? Let's break it down very slowly. Life after death.
Life after death.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'm gonna give it to you simple and plain.
go on, bro.
I myself, I have whittled it down to the only thing I can confirm of what I have is this life that I have. Right? So I have to put out of the way my hopes for there to be something after this. Something, another life that I will live or something. I have to put those hopes away because the only thing I've confirmed is what I have. So let's start there.
Let's start there.
So like I wasn't academic in school, but I'd consider myself like a researcher, and that now I'm very academic in ways. And
Amazing.
yes, it is amazing. Knowledge is power. And so there is a phrase in the Bible, the book of Ecclesiastics, and it's number 9, which is that basically whatever you put your hands on, that you do it with all of your might on everything. And the next phrase is because you will die. People like
Mad.
come on, the clock is ticking, guys. Like we're all ticking here.
Yeah.
We're all ticking. It's not, and as soon as we accept this thing, that death is inevitable for us all, it actually makes life, like the meaning of life, show up. It just shows up, like, because you've accepted the polarity of it, not sitting in like a ignorant daze of like, oh, I'm gonna be here forever, sitting on my couch like watching the TV, and that one day I'm still gonna be here. What?
You're not gonna be here one day. One day, all of us are gonna go.
Yeah.
That's the reality. What quickly, even to add on to that, yeah. So for you, Rees, what do you think? A large number of people around the world, yeah, they just cannot fathom. They live their life like as if they're not gonna die, like as if they're gonna be here forever. Where it's like, bro, you could be gone within an hour, within a day, bro,
Yes.
within tonight, within you know what I'm trying to say, within like how for you, like for you, why do you think for a lot of people like around the world, yeah, that literally for that thought of like we're not gonna be here forever, yeah, it just doesn't register.
It just doesn't register.
It registers. The only time it registers, and I see this also with certain personal friends, family or whatnot. For a lot of people, me growing up, I see it. The only time it registers is when somebody they know that like dies.
Yeah.
And when they are at a funeral, thinking, "Oh, wow, like life is too short." But even with that, shortly after the funeral, you probably know some people like this. Shortly after the funeral, it's like, I just need to just get back on with my life.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then it's like they kind of forget of like, like, look, I could be here today and gone tomorrow. What do you think? Like, yeah, I call it some people consciously waking up and going back to sleep. Yes. That's what I've been calling for a long time. What do you think? Like some human beings are like that.
I like that. I like how you put it.
Like waking up like, oh my God, and then before you know, people just go back to sleep. Like, yeah. You get me, bro?
I do. That's an interesting one. And I don't know why people do it. I feel like everyone's reason is probably each to their own. But I would say it's because people are scared. They're scared of something.
Interesting.
And the thing they're probably scared of is to get out their comfort zone and make the choice to go in the direction of their purpose.
I feel you, bro.
When they are mourning the person they love, they're probably just like, it's all making sense in this time, you know, they're awake.
Yeah.
It's like probably all making sense.
While mourning, yeah. I feel like, even once again, sorry to even cut you, I feel like, yeah, a lot of people, when the mourning, when the funeral, like I said, it's like, that's when it's that, we call it, you know, in whatever people are calling, in this Babylon, whatever we're living in, people call it like, yeah, like just I don't know what it is, I can't put a word to it, but it's like, yeah, thinking, bro, yeah, this could be me next. This, like, right, this could be me next. But it's like I just said, once again, within a few days, some people even within a couple of hours, whatever, they just literally go back to sleep and just get on with their life. You get me?
Yeah.
Like Egypt, bro.
Yes.
Egypt.
Whoa.
You get me? I understand. You get me? Like he said, I understand. You went, the first time you went to Egypt was at the beginning of the lockdown, right?
Yes.
And bro, let's talk about your incredible journey in Egypt, man.
Oh my days.
Like you described it, you was in what? Heaven.
I was in heaven.
Bro, talk about it, man. Like, how's your experience in Egypt?
Egypt was amazing. Egypt was truly amazing for me. Like if I'm getting my fitted all ready and that, because I'm telling you, Egypt was amazing.
Yeah,
Egypt was amazing.
Rees, you're incredible, bro.
Love. Yes.
But you know, into the red chair finally.
Yes.
But yeah, bro, like
Egypt.
Bro, Egypt. Welcome for Egypt, man.
Welcome for Egypt.
You was in heaven, bro.
I was in heaven.
Talk to us, man.
I'm still surprised today.
Yeah.
Mate, like going to Sinai. I was in Sinai.
Okay.
This time, so
yeah.
Sinai is basically where like I grew up Christian, so anything, any story in there was all in Sinai essentially. Sinai, and then because Sinai is kind of, it's on the, like, if I look over the road over the Red Sea, the Red Sea's there where Musa or Moses parted that sea.
Yeah.
It was there, and I'm with these mountains, and these mountains are so powerful, and like within 24 hours, I'm there looking at these mountains, and my heart's like just like becoming lighter, and I can't control it. My heart's just like these mountains, and it's just like it's leaving. Everything's leaving, all the weight.
Wow, bro.
Yes.
And you see, prior to you going to Egypt for the first time, yeah, like, did you did you do like a lot of research within, obviously, into like Egypt history? Like, did a friend of yours, your partner, like who made you aware of like how special Egypt is? If you get what I'm trying to say, like, who made you aware of how special Egypt is?
Egypt makes you aware of how special Egypt is.
You know that some of us are not even some of us, I know to a certain degree, but you know some people, they don't know how they might get, you get me, through their phones or whatnot. They might get some information of the pyramids and you know the basics, but I feel like
Egypt does it. Egypt actually does it for you. Egypt does it for you. So like when you can learn a lot online and stuff, you can learn a lot on history. For me, what happened was that when I got there, it was the experience of the space, and that, I mean, if anyone understands about energy,